Welcome to IQD Dinar News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. The exchange rate is a vital component of economic interaction, impacting everything from international trade to investment flows. When a country decides to change its exchange rate, it can be perceived as a signal of broader economic strategies and intentions. The introduction of a new exchange rate is akin to throwing a ping-pong ball into the room filled with mousetraps. It initiates a sequence of events that can have far-reaching implications. To understand this process, we must first consider the existing conditions in the economy before the exchange rate change is implemented. This involves analyzing factors such as inflation rates, economic growth, political stability, and existing currency reserves. Each of these factors plays a crucial role in determining the potential impact of an exchange rate change. For instance, if a country is experiencing high inflation, a new exchange rate might be introduced as a way to stabilize the economy. However, this stabilization is not just a matter of changing numbers. It requires careful planning and execution to ensure that the desired outcomes are achieved without causing additional instability. The introduction of lower denomination currency notes also plays a critical role in this scenario. Lower denomination notes are often introduced to improve liquidity in the economy, making transactions more accessible for the general population. However, this process is not straightforward. It requires public education about the new currency, a strategy for phasing out older notes, and measures to prevent hoarding or black market activities. When combined with a new exchange rate, the introduction of lower notes can lead to a sense of urgency and excitement within the economy, akin to the anticipation of watching the first mousetrap spring into action. Once the new exchange rate is announced, it is likely to trigger immediate reactions from various economic players. Traders, investors, and consumers will all respond to the new information in different ways. For example, traders in foreign exchange markets may begin to buy or sell currencies based on their expectations of how the new exchange rate will affect the value of the currency. This immediate reaction can lead to fluctuations in the currency's value even before the new exchange rate officially takes effect. As traders react to these changes, the original mousetrap in our analogy might cause several others to spring into action, creating a ripple effect throughout the financial markets. Investors, too, will be closely monitoring these developments. Changes in the exchange rate can significantly impact investment decisions, both domestically and internationally. A more favorable exchange rate can attract foreign investment, as it may be seen as an opportunity for profit. Conversely, if the new rate is perceived as unfavorable, it may deter investment. This, in turn, can affect job creation and economic growth. The interplay of these decisions creates a chain reaction that can further exacerbate the initial impact of the exchange rate change. Consumers also play a crucial role in this chain reaction. The introduction of a new exchange rate can lead to changes in consumer behavior, as people adjust to the new pricing structures and purchasing power. If the new exchange rate leads to a significant devaluation of the currency, for example, consumers may rush to buy goods before prices rise further. This urgency can lead to increased demand for certain products, creating shortages and price spikes. So another series of mousetraps being triggered in our analogy. Additionally, the effects of the new exchange rate can extend beyond immediate reactions to encompass longer-term trends in the economy. For instance, a change in the exchange rate can impact inflation rates, as the cost of imported goods may rise or fall based on the currency's value. This, in turn, can influence monetary policy decisions made by central banks, leading to adjustments in interest rates or other measures designed to stabilize the economy. The relationship between exchange rates and inflation is a critical one, and it highlights the interconnectedness of various economic factors. A new exchange rate can lead to an inflationary spiral if not managed carefully. For example, if the new rate results in higher prices for imported goods, consumers may find themselves paying more for everyday items. This can lead to a decline in consumer purchasing power, which can further impact economic growth. Central banks must tread carefully in this environment, balancing the need to support economic growth with the necessity of controlling inflation. Moreover, the introduction of a new exchange rate can have implications for trade balances. A devaluation of the currency might make exports cheaper and more competitive in the global market. This can lead to increased demand for domestically produced goods, potentially boosting economic growth. Conversely, imports may become more expensive, leading to a decline in consumer demand for foreign products. This shift can create a ripple effect throughout the economy, influencing everything from manufacturing to services. As demand for domestic goods increases, companies may ramp up production, hiring more employees and stimulating job growth. This is another way in which the chain reaction initiated by the introduction of a new exchange rate can positively impact the economy. However, not all effects are positive. A rapid devaluation of the currency may also lead to increased volatility in the financial markets, as investors react to the perceived risks associated with the currency's new valuation. This volatility can create uncertainty, discouraging investment and leading to economic stagnation. As such, central banks and governments must carefully monitor the effects of the new exchange rate to mitigate potential risks. Additionally, the social implications of changing an exchange rate cannot be overlooked. The public's perception of the new exchange rate, particularly in the context of lower denomination notes, can significantly influence how these changes are received. If the public perceives the changes as beneficial, they may respond positively, leading to increased consumer confidence and spending. However, if the changes are viewed skeptically, it can lead to a lack of trust in the currency and the government, further complicating the economic landscape. The communication strategy surrounding the introduction of a new exchange rate is vital. Governments and central banks must effectively communicate the reasons for the change, the expected outcomes, and how it will impact everyday citizens. If the public is adequately informed and reassured, it can help to mitigate fears and anxieties associated with the transition. This communication can be likened to setting the stage for the chain reaction, ensuring that all participants in the economic system are aware and prepared for the changes to come. As we consider the broader implications of introducing a new exchange rate and lower denomination notes, it is essential to recognize the importance of timing and coordination. The sequence of events matters significantly. If the introduction of lower notes occurs simultaneously with a significant change in the exchange rate, it can amplify the effects of both. Timing the introduction of these elements carefully can help to manage the initial shock to the economy and allow for a smoother transition. In conclusion, the introduction of a new exchange rate and lower denomination notes is a complex and interconnected process, much like the mousetraps in our analogy. The initial change can set off a chain reaction, impacting traders, investors, consumers, and ultimately the broader economy. Each element of this process is intricately linked, with the potential for both positive and negative outcomes. It is crucial for policymakers to understand these dynamics and to approach the implementation of these changes with caution, ensuring that the economic environment is prepared for the impending transformations. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.